Dear children, I warmly welcome to this video session, and this is Civic Education, and this video is prepared for the students who are in grade 8. And this is your lesson 4. So we have been studying the second unit, which is Democratic Society. So we have studied up to the page number 38 in your textbook, and now we will focus on the institutions that safeguard child rights. And in this lesson, mostly we will study about the institutions that safeguard child rights, and we will have more focus on the different types of institutions which work towards the protection of children. And we often hear through media about various problems children face in the present society. Getting them involved in various abusive activities, harassments, sexual abuses, and child labor are some of them. And in our society, we hear about the problems that are associated with children, and there are many types of problems, as it is mentioned here, and child abuse cases and harassments, and there are different types of problems that are being faced by our children. And there are many reasons which cause the loss of equal opportunities for children while being subjected to oppression. And there are some problems that have been mentioned here, and for the problems there are many reasons that are behind all those problems. And for example, death, separation, working abroad. Whose death? Maybe parents or guardians' death, parents' separation, and some parents working abroad, and the situation of poverty. Poverty means the poor status of the family. And imprisonment. Imprisonment means sometimes the parents may be imprisoned for any crimes or whatever the problems. And drug addiction, alcohol addiction of one or both parents, and their less attention to children. And these problems adversely contribute to the children's lives, and these types of problems create unwanted environments for the children. And given below are some institutions which function for the purpose of protection of child rights. So the first one, National Child Protection Authority. And the second one, Department of Probation and Child Care Services. And the third one, Children and Women Bureau of Sri Lanka, Police. So here some logos of the above mentioned institutions are displayed here. And the first one, National Child Protection Authority, and the second one also represents the National Child Protection Authority, and 1929, which is the hotline number. The people can contact via this number to to complain any types of child-related abuses or problems. And then Department of Probation and Childcare Services, and Sri Lanka Police. You may have seen these logos in the departments. And then government officers providing services to children and families at regional level. As children, you must know about the officers, and there are many types of officers who work in the organization. And now we will see who are the officers. So in the first column, their positions are mentioned. The second column, the persons where they are based. And the third column, what the services are provided by the officers. So the first one, Child Rights Promotion Officer. So in abbreviation we call them CRPO. And CRPO is based in the Divisional Secretariat. So what does he or she do? Provide all the services related to child rights and coordinating facilities in the particular region. And second one, Regional Child Protection Officer. And this officer is based in Divisional Secretariat, inquire into problems concerning the protection of children and provide necessary support. This is his or her service. And the third position, Early Childhood Development Officer. Sometimes we might call ECCD officer, right? So Early Childhood Development Officer is also based in Divisional Secretariat, and the service is provided by him or her provide facilities relevant to preschool education and other early childhood services. And the next one, Counseling Officer of the Ministry of Women and Child Affairs, and he or she is based in the DS office, and the services provide counseling services required for children and women. So sometimes the children may be abused or may be subjected to any kind of violence. So at that time, the counseling officers approach the child and give the counseling. Not only to the children, they give the counseling to the parents as well. And Social Services Officer. So we call them as SSO. And the services provide special welfare services of the government related to children. And Women Development Officer. So we call WWDO, and provide home economic and vocational education services required for women and girls. And the next one, Informal and Formal Education Officer. So he or she provides facilities to non-schooling children and children with special needs. So these are the officers who work for the betterment of the children in our region. So you must be aware of these officers, and when you have any necessary needs, you must approach these officers to get their support. And now we will move to the questions. So under the topic of institutions that safeguard child rights, you must answer these questions. So the first one, write 4 problems faced by children in the present society. Second one, what are the reasons for the above mentioned problems? Third one, name 3 institutions which function for the purpose of protection of child rights. Fourth one, name 4 different government offices and mention the services provided by them as well as the offices where they are based in. So these are the questions that you should answer in your exercise book. And thank you so much for watching this video session.